Hello everyone, my name is Virginia Eileen Ramirez. Today we're going to be talking about a game that I created. It's called Let's Be Friends. This game is going to show 3 social skills that autistic students can use in the classroom and in real life. 3 social skills that I'm going to be presenting today are asking for favors, starting a conversation, and sharing. I feel these 3 are very important, not only for autistic students to know, but for all students to know, no matter what grade level. In my opinion, personally, I feel students nowadays really lack respect towards others. So to show you how to play, this is going to be the front page. It's called Let's Be Friends, like I mentioned earlier. Let me read a quick review on the front page. Making new friends can be scary, but it isn't impossible. Let's learn some ways to approach some of our classmates. Social skills are all the ways and skills you learn about in order to get along with others. Find a partner and complete 3 worksheets. Each worksheet will have a different scenario, and it is up to you and your partner to find out which one is right and which is wrong. Each tree will come with a set of leaves. Each will have a different way of approaching someone. It'll either be bad or good. It'll be respectful or disrespectful. It is up to the student and their partner to determine which one is right and which one is good. Once you guys have determined it, you guys will be cutting out the leaves and pasting it onto your tree. So how to play, we'll be going over one scenario. I gave 3 scenarios. Like I mentioned, it was asking for favors. It was also starting conversation, and it was also about sharing. So let's go over this first scenario. It is asking for favors. I put a description. There is nothing wrong asking for a favor. It is important to ask nicely and respectfully. And in the back of this, they're going to be given a set of leaves. There's going to be 5 each. For example, these all say different ways to approach people. The first one says, I need that. Second one, give me that. The third one, can I please use this for a bit? Fourth, hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I ask you guys a question? And the last one, may you lend me your pencil? So I'm going to give you guys the answers for this one. Obviously, this is the tree, and let's go over the first one. I need that. This is not a correct way or respectful way to approach someone. Instead, you might want to switch up your words and into, hey, I don't mean to bother you guys, but can I please borrow that? That is a more respectful way. So let's go over this one. It says, may you lend me your pencil? This one is a more respectful way. That one, the student and their partner will each be cutting out their own, and then they will be pasting the good leaves onto their tree. Okay? And as for the bad leaves, like this one, it is very plain and simple. It says, give me that. It's very blunt. That one is not a respectful way to approach someone. So we will be cutting that one out, and we will be pasting it on the floor. These are the leaves that fall onto the floor. So the second one is starting a conversation. I wrote, we can all be shy, whether it is asking a question or simply wanting to play with a classmate. Learn how to start a conversation. In some cases, in many cases actually, students don't know how to approach someone. Maybe they're looking for the bathroom. They don't even want to ask someone because they're too shy. They're embarrassed. And we need to teach these students that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to start a conversation. So I'm going to give you one good example, one bad example of how to approach someone when starting a conversation. One good example can be, if a student is seeing some other kids playing, they can approach the group of students by saying, that looks like fun. I can help if you want. Or they can say, do you guys mind if I join you guys and play? A bad example of this is, move over, it's my turn. Or you're bad at this, let me do it. That comes off as very rude. That's not very socially polite. And students need to learn the difference between what's wrong and what's right, even at an early age. The last one is sharing. Like I mentioned before, sharing is caring. Learn how to share with others, or how to ask someone to share with you. Remember to always respect and take care of something that isn't yours. So that one good example would be, may I borrow your pen, please? I feel we need to show students what the words may mean. Can I use, please? In situations like this. One bad example is, you're taking too long, pass it back to me. That even though it might not seem as rude. That is actually very rude, and not all students will, react the same way as others. In my personal opinion, I feel that even without a disability, a student or a person, whoever, can learn from this activity. But to be more specific, I feel a student with autism will benefit from this game, because I feel students with autism, they really struggle with social skills. Sometimes they overthink when they're trying to speak to someone. And these are just some ways that they can think about when they're in a real life situation and they need to speak to someone. And they can use these examples to come off more respectful, more politely, instead of being blunt and disrespectful. In some situations, some people might not know that this student is autistic, and they might take it the wrong way. So it's very important in all ages, in all grades, that students learn from this, and we show them how to be more respectful. So in terms of social development, I feel this is actually very beneficial for all students of all ages. Personally, I would use this more when students are at a young age, so they can get used to speaking in a correct manner once they're older. I feel it's important to start kids off, autistic kids and all students, of course, at a young age. Show them how to respect others, how to speak properly. And it's not to embarrass them or to make fun of them or to make them nervous, but it's just something for them to keep in their mind when they're in the real world. So anyways, to conclude this video, I just want to say that autism, students with autism, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Sometimes us as teachers, sometimes parents, we don't even notice that these kids are struggling with it, and it's always very important to make students feel comfortable. And it's not me saying to give them the easy way out, but we still need to be strict with them and show them what's right from wrong, or show them different ways that they can cope with having autism. And before I end the video, I just want to say, like, to match with the video, I wore a shirt with the tree on it. And the reason why I picked a tree for this activity, I feel like the leaves that fall, those are the bad leaves, and the leaves that stay on the tree, those are the good leaves. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little activity. Like I mentioned before, autism is nothing to be embarrassed about. I hope and I see that more teachers and parents and administrators or whoever, counselors, I feel they're more aware of autism. I feel like we should appreciate it more, that these students, especially at a young age, they're struggling with so much, and sometimes they're not able to tell us. Sometimes they don't even know what's wrong with them. They're embarrassed, and usually it's not always our fault. Sometimes we don't notice it, you get me? And that's why it's very important to test these students, test their abilities, and allow them to use all the resources that are given to them, so we can see and we can know if they have autism or not. But as many know, any person, any student with autism who have it, they can do just as good. They can be even better than people without it. So autism, I guess it is considered a disability. I don't consider it a disability. I consider it like as an exceptionality. And I know people who have autism. I've seen kids who have autism, and they're just as smart, they're just as successful as any other person.